Okay, let's just finish off the Barachot section with one last piece before we begin the Shema in detail. So let's spend a little bit of time talking about one word, which is Amen. Amen. What does this word mean? Why is it so important? What is it related to? We're going to see the rabbi is going to tell us that the word Amen in response to a bracha is greater than the bracha itself. I'll show you that Chazal saying Amen is greater than the bracha itself. Right? We'll see that inside. Well, what does actually the word even mean? We're on page 60, the Amen response. Okay? It's a major part of tefillah, of prayer. It comes up many, many times. And saying Amen, the rabbis say, oh, this is the thing you want to say. It's incredible. Hear a bracha, say Amen. Let's figure out why this word is so, so important. And by the way, it's weird, right? Because non-Jewish people, Christians, lahavdil, will use that word, Amen. And I don't even think they know what they're saying. Because it's a Hebrew word, right? And it's hard for them to even fathom and put together what they're actually saying. So what does the word Amen mean? What's it related to? Anybody? When you say Amen, what are you saying? Yes,
it's like affirmation.
You're affirming or you're confirming. Right? It's a word of confirmation, what you've heard. Yeah. It's an affirmation, right? You're affirming. Amen. Okay. What else? What else is it? And that's considered, by the way, that itself is an incredible thing. What does it sound like? Any other word, you know? Emunah. It's got to be related. It's got to be related to emunah. Emunah means... Well, I don't like the word faith. We discussed this already. Faithful. But we're going to use the word faith, right? But faithful is better, right? Or connecting to. Now, the word emunah and amen thereby is related to another word, which is an uman. An uman is a profession, a trade. Or a profession. I'll explain.
Can you write the Hebrew?
Yeah, well, it's just the same word, right? Omen, right? Right? We said that Mordechai Omen at Hadassah. He took care of Hadassah. He took responsibility for Hadassah, right? What is your umnut? What is your trade? What do you do? We are the Emunah people. That is our trade. And how do we instill this inside us? By saying Amen to brachot and making brachot as well.
What does that say?
It's Omen is a trade or a profession.
A trade or a
trade? What is your trade? What is your profession? What do you do? I'm just showing we can see these words inside the word Amen. Actually, to be fair, the word Amen is actually not even a word. It is an acronym. It is Rashi Tevot, we say in Hebrew. Rashi, the heads of Tevot of words. And those words are Kel, Melech, Ne'eman. Right? Sorry.
Cool.
Ne'eman.
Oh, wait, like in Shema?
Like in Shema.
Ah.
Kel, Melech, Ne'eman. Okay? God.
I did not know that.
That's why you're in my class, Anya. God is...
It's so funny. I've been saying Shema every morning and night, and this whole time I didn't realize I was just saying Amen.
Faithful.
Who would have thought?
King. Well, you're saying, right? Kel Melech Ne'eman. Now, the reason you're actually saying the Shema, we'll see later on, is in order to reach a certain amount of words. 248 to be specific, but we'll come to that when we do the Shema. Okay? Okay. So now we have a little, yeah.
So those three words like Kol, Melech.
Kel, which is God's name with an Aleph and a Lamed. I write it as a Kel because here it's referring to God. is the faithful king. God is the faithful king. That's what it comes from. Yeah, good stuff, right? Okay, let's have a look at the Shulchan Aruch. Let's see some halachot when it comes to this. Let's figure stuff out of here. Let's work together. Says the Shulchan Aruch of Yosef Karo. Yanu amen achakol bracha. You should answer amen to every bracha. Ben otam shiatzu de tefillah, whether they have fulfilled their obligation of prayer, right, or you haven't fulfilled it yet, right? So you're going to answer amen, whether you're involved in that action, whether you're not involved, whether you've already done that tefillah, right? For example, you say the Shemona Esrei, then you're going to say amen to every bracha that you hear. Okay? Shechaven believer, and you should have in mind that the bracha that was recited, who emet, is true. He, and I believe in this. When you say amen, you're saying, what you're saying, I believe in as well. I'm corroborating. Like you said, Kaylee, I'm confirming what you said is the bracha. I know what you said, and I agree, and I confirm it. Yeah.
I just think it's cool because one of the first things we learn is how you can't pray if you don't believe that it's working. And so
yeah.
The amen is what.
Amen is very good. It's a testament you believe that is happening. Says Reish Lakish, Sham ben Lakish. He says, Amar Reish Lakish, Kol ha'one amen. Whoever answers amen, b'chol kocho, with all their might. Now we have to define what that means. Potchin lo sha'arei Gan Eden. The gates of Gan Eden are open to you. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds good. B'chol kocho, we do know there's the two opinions, but kol kocho means with all of your intent. I think that's Tosfot. And Rashi says it means you say it loudly, although you should not say, if I remember correctly, louder than the person making the bracha. Right? Because you're corroborating. It shouldn't become its own thing. Then it becomes its own thing, right? So you should answer amen a little lower than the person making the bracha. Although I grew up in a synagogue and there was a choir when I grew up. That's what it used to be.
Wait, where does it say this thing about the...
Top of page 61.
That's the Reish Lakish?
Yeah, that's the Reish Lakish. Yeah. That you should say with all your might, with all your koach, right? So he said, I'm just defining what the word kol kocha means. It means with all intent, right? And some things you should say it loudly. You should answer amen. And by the way, it's not even to a bracha. We answer amen to kaddish, and kaddish is not a bracha, right? And by the way, answering amen to kaddish is considered to be the best thing. The best thing. Right? That's how to even change a gezerah, a decree against you. Says the Zohar. Look on page 61. He says that whoever pays attention to every bracha that is recited, Mishum Machavan L'chol Bracha Bracha, right? Who answers amen with kavanah. They seem to push this kavanah thing. Yeah, in the proper way. Brings about tremendous kedusha in the upper world, and all good things come down to this world. You open, just like waters will bring life, so too, by saying amen, you're opening up all the storehouses of goodness in Shemayim in heaven in order to bring them down into this world. And that's what the Gemara says. Gadal ha'ona amen, greater is the person who answers amen, yoter min ha'mavarech, more so than the person who makes the bracha. There's the Gemara, right, in Barachot. Good place to put it. Okay? And the Gemara in Shabbat says, my amen, what is this word amen? Am Rav Chanina, Kael, Melech, Ne'eman. God, you are the faithful king. So it's, it says like Haley said, the Mishnah Berurah says, it applies to blessings of thanksgiving, right? Of supplication. In the end, you're saying it's true, and I pray that this should actually happen. So when someone makes a bracha, they're saying, oh, it should be so. You're praying, it's a form of tefillah as well, a form of prayer as well. That is the tremendous power that comes by answering amen. Any thoughts, questions, comments on this topic before we move? That's just the completion of last class, yeah.
How could saying amen be greater than the bracha? I don't get that.
Somebody help us. Ilana's like, how can it be better? You're saying the bracha, that should be the greatest thing. Why would amen be even greater? Yeah?
Because it's like affirming that it's true.
Because it's what?
Like affirming. Like,
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam shekol nivro.
Amen.
No louder than him.
These
It's the straw.
straws are so
Is it paper?
unusual. I'm like, I want to put paper in my mouth.
They don't have plastic straws downstairs?
You stop with
But
plastic.
why would they have plastic cups but not straws? Why is the straw worse than the cup?
Yeah.
It's not. Turtles.
No, I would think if anything the.
Same thing, both of them are plastic.
It makes no sense.
Whatever, thank you so much for bringing me. Yeah, Emily.
like it's affirming that it's true. Like it's.
So why would that be? I don't know, I've thought about this a lot. Why would it be that affirming it is greater than the thing itself?
Is that like the communal prayer?
Emily, what's going on with that? What is that? Why would amen be considered to be better than the thing itself? I mean, I have an idea, but I'm not sure. Yeah, what do you want to say?
Oh no, I just said, does it kind of connect to like the communal prayer or something?
Actually, you need two people, one person say, one person say. You can't say amen to your own bracha. That is true. Although, actually, there are some bracha we do say amen to, right? Like the Birat Hamazon, right? And that's when you come to an end of a certain area of blessings. You say amen to your own bracha. But even that should be quietly. You shouldn't say that loudly. Balachash, you should whisper it. And Yerushalayim, amen. Yeah.
Well, the person, sorry, I don't know the voice. The person who's saying amen isn't saying the bracha, meaning they're not like benefiting off of like.
I think the same thing. I think the person makes the bracha, obviously he's blessed, he's about to have a nice drink, right? About to do a mitzvah, doing something good. The person he's not getting any personal benefit, but he's attaching himself to that act without getting any benefit from whatsoever. Maybe it's more of the selfless principle. Okay? It's like he's getting involved out of nowhere, right? Or maybe it's like Lashon Hara. That's the opposite. Lashon Hara is bad, right? Who's the worst of the three? The speaker, the listener, or the one being spoken about when it comes to Lashon Hara? This is my opinion. Well, I know the Rambam says this. The listener. Why is the listener worse? The one who's saying should be the worst. Why the listener?
Walk away.
Because what?
You can walk away.
Because he could walk away, but by staying there, he is letting it continue. Without a listener, you have nothing. Then it's not Lashon Hara, right? Because no one to listen. So this is my chiddush. I always thought that maybe it's the same idea. When you have a listener, now you're spreading the word. So here it's the positive version, because Lashon Hara is actually obviously the negative. So the positive is that I'm now spreading the word for the good. Yeah. And I give you a chance for this information to be disseminated. Make sense? Okay. It could well be. Yeah.
There's also an aspect of just having more people like involved in the midst of, like if one person's saying a bracha.
Right, so other people getting involved. Barov Hadrat Melech says in Tanakh, with a lot of people Hashem is sanctified, you want to do things publicly, and here is a public way to bring tefillah, right, and a bracha to the world. Yeah? Yeah? I don't know.
There's a book called Amen.
That
The
book
purple one?
called Amen
Yeah.
is one of the biggest selling Feldheim books. I know because my first book that I published went through Feldheim, and the guys told me that this book was like, it blew off the shelves. Many stories about Amen and the power of Amen. Yeah. Amen is, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It focuses a lot on like having other people involved, and like the more people that are saying Amen, like affirms your bracha more, and then it like gives it like more like power.
Yeah. Yeah. Ahead. Very good. Any other thoughts? Stories, comments? Amen. Amen to that. Okay.